Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of Everything's Fine with Pete and Randy, the show where we just forget that anything bad's happening and just talk about fun stuff for a while. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Peter. My video is broken, so I'll just put right next to my name, idiot who doesn't know how to fix his video. And
Just
has a silly
little anonymous boy.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be up for the next one, but we'll keep it. We'll just keep it with this cute little photo of some guy sitting on a toilet in the middle of a desert.
That's not you sitting on a toilet, is it?
I wished it was me. I wish I found that toilet.
Damn, that's a flattering photo of you, Peter. You look like an Abercrombie model in that one.
All the bitches will be calling me up after this. They'll be like, Peter, oh my god, you're just so hot, so attractive. I want you to sit on my toilet.
Zaddy. You shit with that ass?
You shit with that. I absolutely do, babe. I do. So, Randy.
Yep.
What are we gonna talk about today? What is fine with you? How you doing?
Oh, everything's fine with me. Although I did notice that. So have you seen that like yogurt ads only target middle-aged women? Like I've been noticing that. Like, do middle-aged women just fucking love yogurt? Like what?
Yo.
Like why is it only?
Why is it only Jamie Lee Curtis that is in these fucking commercials for yogurt? I have been wondering that for so many years. I was like, that at like 5 years old. I was like, that's the girl from Halloween. What the fuck is she doing on this commercial? That's Freaky Friday.
She needs digestive health. She needs a good flow of her digestive system.
I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I see my mom eating yogurt all the time. You know, maybe it's like
right?
it's a vanilla version of wine. You know how middle-aged women are always drinking wine?
Well, I think just all women like wine.
I mean, maybe.
It's just a thing.
Do you like wine?
I do like wine. I think wine's pretty good.
You think church wine is good?
Well, I don't approve of pedophilia, but
no, I mean, I don't know if you're using the wine. I don't know what happens at your church, but at my church we don't use it to lure in kids. What a great way to start this podcast off. Episode 1. We're already diving into the church and pedophilia.
The Catholic Church.
What happened to no politics, Randy? What the fuck?
It's too funny.
What the fuck?
But no, I do like wine. It's like spicy juice.
It's spicy juice. That is
spicy
how you classify wine.
It's like spicy juice.
It just sounds like you're talking about Mike's Hard. You're like, yeah, it's just spicy lemonade. Like, what's the big deal?
It's just a little spicy.
It's spicy. I want that to be on like. I think I'm gonna make a wine. Because actually, for real, I've always wanted to make, when I become like 60 or 70,
right,
way out of my prime, I want to like live off in the country and make a vineyard. And I'm going to make wine.
Okay.
I'm going to make wine, and I'm going to have it specifically say, Randy approved spicy juice.
Spicy flavor water.
Spicy flavored water. We'll get all the single moms to buy. We'll get all the middle-aged moms to buy me and another side. And I'll also have some yogurt on the side. That way they'll definitely have a nice combination.
So what age do you think women just wake up one day and go, fuck, I want some goddamn yogurt right now. I gotta fucking have it.
It's gotta be around like 30. Right around 30, because that's when, like, your 20s, you know, even for guys, 20s, you're in your prime. You're in your sexiest years. And then 30 comes around and it's like...
digestive health.
Forget that shit. I want to look pretty again. So you're going to fucking eat yogurt. That's all that makes you feel better.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, but tell me more about this wine plan, because I'm in. I want in on it.
You want in? So, like, you know... I'm gonna call you when you're 60 and I'm 61. I'm gonna be like,
Okay.
Randy, you know, it's been a while, but
Randy, it's time.
it's time to make.
You know what you have to do. And then I'll just come up to like Arizona with a bunch of grapes.
And we all just stomp on them. A bunch of just 2 60-year-old men in a dead field with grapes, just fucking stomping on wine. Our wives are looking at us like, what the fuck did I get myself into? I thought these were gonna.
Damn it, Sharon! It's spicy wine.
This is spicy. Don't underestimate me. I'm gonna be a billionaire with this wine. You'll see. And then we die.
So you can start making wine now, though. It's not hard. You literally just put juice in a container and stick it in the back of the fridge.
Yeah, but
I think.
Like,
I don't actually know.
There's an episode of Star Trek where Picard had he like was stuck in like a dream world, and in his dream he just dreamed that he owned a bunch of slaves and owned a vineyard. And I was like, that's kind of sick.
You're like, oh, cool. I want some slaves.
Oh, cool. Let me get some robot slaves just like Picard. Hero of our time, am I right? And I was always like, that's so cool. Like, I want that. And then, yeah, I have an old man dream. It's kind of a stupid dream. You know, everyone's like, I want to be a hero or I want to be famous. Pete, I just want to make wine when I'm like 60 and I have no other purpose in life. I'm just a loser.
So I have a similar dream, right? When I'm like old and retired, I want to open up like an ice cream parlor and call it Randy's Candies. And I'll just sell like candy and ice cream.
That is such
and I won't turn much of a profit, but it's a noble profession.
You know what?
But there's no kids allowed.
No kids allowed. Only
no
adults.
Kids allowed.
You see a fucking kid, you get that. You have a football kicker as one of your security guard, and you just fucking punt those little kids out.
Just an old NFL lineman, big ass dude, just chucking kids out the door.
Oh my god, that's so fucked up. I was at work yesterday. And one of our coworkers that we both know dearly, Ronald, he there was a kid screaming and he looked at me and he's like, I fucking hate kids. And I was like, I don't know, what are you gonna do about it? He's like, they shouldn't have kids out right now during the pandemic. They should just have a football line. We just gotta have a kicker at the front of the store. Just fucking punt them all the way out.
Punt the fuck out of them.
Who needs kids? Kids,
get them out of here.
Get them out of here. They honestly, like, even when I was working at the movie theater, kids, those were the worst theaters to clean up. Never
because they just like throw shit everywhere.
Yeah,
they just fucking.
It is the.
I gotta imagine
shit.
Every Pixar movie is fucking awful.
Oh my god, dude! It is literally the worst thing on the planet. They would have full buckets of popcorn that are already like the cost of a house, and they don't eat it. Why are you buying the popcorn for that much money and then not touching it? It is so dumb, so dumb. Oh, Randy, I have a lot of stories from my time at the movie theaters that you won't believe. You will not believe. My first.
Are you an M&M's in popcorn type of guy?
Dude, I tried that. I tried it with peanut butter M&Ms. Not the peanut butter. Right. The peanut M&Ms.
Okay.
Those are really fucking good. It's really good.
People sleep on peanut M&Ms, right?
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time you saw somebody eating a thing of peanut M&Ms?
Other than like
you don't.
Yeah, other than me and my brother, no one else. No one likes peanut M&Ms. It's always can I get M&Ms and can I get popcorn with like M&Ms, Starburst? Like I'd be like, yeah, no problem. And then I'd be like, oh, there's no M&Ms. Do you want the peanut ones? Fuck no. Why the fuck would I want peanut? That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, they're fucking banger though. They don't know what they're missing.
Oh man, that was my go-to snack for the movies. It was either peanut M&Ms or chocolate covered almonds. Oh.
Okay. So you love some chocolatey nuts.
I love me some nuts, dude. Oh my God, Randy, you know what goes on. You know what goes on when you were back here, when you were back at home. Oh, the boys. Oh, that was so funny. Oh man, I missed you, Randy. We missed you here back home.
I gotta imagine you would. I'm a missable guy.
What is it? Well, I was talking about us doing this together, and everybody at work was like, "Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I don't get to see Randy, and you do." And I was like, "I don't know what to tell you, Randy. I got VIP access. I'm sorry that you guys are a bunch of peasants."
He chose
in my
me.
Eyes. I was the one who got the rose. It's not my fault. He didn't choose any of you dumb bitches. All right. He chose this dumb bitch. Okay. He chose me. So, talk to the hand, sister.
We'll probably have like some of them on at some point, just like individually. But like I feel like a good rule of thumb is like, maybe 1 to 2 guests.
Yeah, not a backyard party. That a good friend of ours, great guy, great podcast he has. You know what I mean? Love him to death. What a good guy. But so I was going through. I have just been reminded, especially at work with all the masks, everybody's wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween is coming up so fucking soon.
Oh yeah.
You got any costume idea? What if you had all the money in the world? What kind of costume? I had all the money in the world. What kind of costume would you make for yourself for Halloween, or get? Not like make, but like get.
So, I actually used to make my own costumes a lot growing up.
My God.
Right? Like, I started out, I made, like, a robot costume out of some boxes and tinfoil and, like, some lights and stuff. And this shit was fucking dope, right? Because, like, people don't tell you this, but the more banger your costume is, the more candy you get. So I was coming out there with a fucking lit costume, and I had like a little like hole cut into the front of the box that people could just put the candy into.
What? That is so smart.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. I didn't even have to carry shit. I just walked from house to house, and they dumped that bitch into my fucking outfit.
That is so brilliant.
Oh, it was fucking awesome.
My only plan was
so
like
cool.
Wearing a mask, because like my family loves to take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So just wear a mask. You don't have to smile anymore. So all my costumes involve a mask of any kind.
Okay. Oh, are you the kind of person that like, they're like, oh, what are you? They're like, I don't know. I just bought this generic scary face mask from a Halloween store, and I'm this now.
No, I did Jason one Halloween, and I did the killer from what the fuck is that movie called? I know Scream. I did the Scream face one.
Okay.
And my grandma fucking hated them. She's like, why are you allowing my grandson to look like a serial killer? What is he gonna murder people one day? And guess what, Grandma? I do murder people. I murder pussy.
But I'm so good at it. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows about all the pussy I murder. Why am I talking like this? No, yeah, I was just like, I'm so excited. I don't know why I'm excited for Halloween this year.
I think I mean, like, it's the perfect holiday for this, though, right? Because everybody's wearing masks anyways, right?
So we could all dress up as doctors.
We could just all be doctors for Halloween. It'll be great.
That won't be super confusing.
See, if I had all the money in the world, I would dress up as a doctor, but I would buy an actual doctorate so I could just carry it around.
You would study for 10 plus years, and then on Halloween, finally you'd be like, guys, I'm a doctor for Halloween. Yeah, Randy.
And then I'll take.
We get it. We see.
Hey guys, check it out. I'm a doctor. Yeah, Randy. We get. No, it's fucking Dr. Randy. Thank you very much.
Randy,
Jesus Christ.
We kind of figured you'd be a doctor. You've been a doctor for 10 plus years now. Can you be something else, man? Nope. No way. No way in hell.
Nope, fucking earned this shit, motherfucker. Oh, another dope costume that I made one year. I made a Tony Stark costume, not Iron Man, Tony Stark. Mm-hmm. And like I put like, this was when I was like, freshman in high school, so I couldn't grow any facial hair, so I just I drew a facial hair on like a child would, and I styled my hair like that. And then I took like the old like chest piece from like an old Power Rangers costume. You know how they'd have the foam muscles that they put on small children because they don't have any muscles of their own.
What kind of children you been around? So
ones
weird.
That don't lift.
It's so weird.
None of the kids I know lift, bro. They're fucking pathetic. But I took one of those, right, and I stuck like a small flashlight in it, so it was like a chest piece basically. Mm-hmm. And it just had like the little light up chest piece in like the middle of my chest. And it was pretty cool, except it stuck out kind of far and it looked like I had tits.
Randy, you still look like you got tits. It's kind of cute though. It's kind of cute. Oh. I like it. I mean, that's why he chose me. I give him these compliments at the end of the day. I say he's got tits, but he looks good with them. He looks good, and that's why I got the rose and no one else. I hope every single person at work hears this. He chose me. All right, sorry, I had to get that out.
Listen, y'all. Here's why I chose Peter, because I've listened to y'all on a podcast, and he was the funniest.
And now they will never watch this podcast. There we go. The first censor of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We did it. Put that marker up on top. We'll update it every podcast to see how many censors we do.
Why is that a censor? That's the truth.
It's the truth.
I picked him because he was the funniest one. God damn it.
It's like
he was talking about anime and shit,
dude,
and I thought it was super fucking funny.
Don't even get me started, because like you were asking me to come up with topics, and the first 20 of them were all just
anime
that I've been watching in the last week, and I was like, I'll just be talking about how much I cried. Everything's supposed to be fine, and then I watch fucking Violet Evergarden, and I'm like, why doesn't she have arms? What does love mean? And I start fucking bawling. I watched this shit like a week ago, and I watched it all again today during my classes and shit. And my
probably be watching your classes during your classes, no?
You know.
Yeah, you know.
Why would I do that when I can cheat? And I'm just bawling, and my teacher starts looking at my screen and is like, Pietro, are you okay? I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm all good. She's like, you sure, pal? You're crying. What? Just Spanish that hard for you? Like, I get it. Like, you just asked for help. Oh, it's all good. I did that. So, like, movies make me cry a lot. I'm a big fucking bitch when it comes to movies.
Yeah. A little sissy boy.
I watched Marriage Story, which is my favorite movie from 2019. Okay. And I was watching it in one of the cafeterias at school. And typically I like to eat like food by myself. That way
because you don't have anybody else to share it with.
That's mostly it. None of my roommates wanted to hang out with me. Fucking assholes. And I was sitting there by myself watching, and I start like crying, right? And I kind of like look around, like I kind of like get out of it for a second. I look around, and everyone in the cafeteria, or at least people around me, are staring at me.
Oh my god.
They're like, is he doing okay? Like they're just whispering to each other, like, I don't know what's wrong with him.
They're just watching a grown man bawl in the middle of a fucking dining hall. Oh my god.
I'm like, you know what? I compose myself, like, I need to go back to my room, or else I'm going to fucking die here. And it wasn't even like the time for it to close. Like I still had plenty of time to keep watching my show, grab some more food, and fucking cry and eat myself to sleep because finals were the next day. And yeah, it's my story of me crying as a little bitch while watching Marriage Story.
Oh my god. So I started watching a new show on Netflix. I started watching Cobra Kai. right? Which is the, I guess, spin-off of the original Karate Kid movie, right? Not the one with Will Smith's son.
Oh.
That one was garbage. I'm talking OG, Ralph Macchio, Karate Kid, right? And I'm watching this show, right? And my two favorite characters are not the main characters, like, at all. It's fine. They're good too. But my favorite character is this kid who basically, he has like a lip scar, right? And he's all the kids in Cobra Kai are dorks, right? That's the whole thing. And this kid has like a lip scar, right? And then he just says, fuck it, I'm gonna be a punk rock dude. And just fucking goes hard. Just fights everybody he sees. Gets a fucking back tattoo. I'm like, this kid is a fucking gangster. Starts fucking one of the hottest chicks in school. I'm like, god damn. I respect this man.
All after doing karate?
All because he does fucking karate. And he gained like a little bit of confidence. And then my second favorite, and this is purely because this kid is a phenomenal actor, is the other kid in their little trio friend group, right? There's the main kid, right, who originally gets the dude to start the dojo. There's the kid with the fucked up lip who later goes by Hawk because he gets a giant blue mohawk. And then there's the other kid who's just this, like, he's the kind of kid who would describe himself as sarcastic when you asked him his personality traits. Like, we all know this kid. Like, this kid exists in the real world. And he's just this, like, dude who doesn't talk to girls. He probably just eats peanut butter crackers. Like, he's just this, like...
he's a rising incel.
Exactly, right? I'm like, this dude is a fantastic actor because I know exactly who this kid is. And he's a fucking dork.
Oh my god. I remember watching that show on YouTube when it originally was on YouTube Red. I'm glad Netflix picked it up. Keep that shit going.
It's a good show. Like, it's a good show. Like, they got, like, fucking complex characters and shit. They got, like... you know, a lot of gray areas. Because in the original Karate Kid, it's just like Daniel Son good, Cobra Kai bad.
Yeah.
Right? And now it's like, oh, but really all these Cobra Kai kids get fucking hit at home. And they like got parents who drink and stuff. And they...
oh my god.
like they're trying to get back on their feet, but they resent the, you know, Daniel Son for beating his ass.
Jesus Christ.
So it's so fucking good.
That is dark as shit.
It's fucking deliciously dark.
Oh my god.
So fucking funny. Oh my god. And then, so the main dude who starts the Cobra Kai dojo, his name's Johnny, right?
Yeah.
Johnny ended up, I guess, knocking up a girl and then just ditching, just like bailing out.
Yeah.
Right, so he's got like a 16-year-old kid who fucking hates him and is kind of a burnout. But then, right, he starts working for Daniel-san, right? And Daniel-san starts teaching him karate, right? And it's like a whole thing, and like,
oh my god, this is like an anime.
It's like an anime.
This is perfect. This is the best. I'm taking a soap opera class right now, and I think I should use this show as my fucking research project because this is straight out of a fucking soap opera.
It's pretty fucking good. It's pretty good.
Like, that's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, that is insane, dude.
Yo, what does a soap opera class entail? Like, what do you have to do for this class?
So, I have to research a bunch of soap operas and just talk about them. So this week, the first 2 weeks right now, have been solely about like what a soap opera is and why they're popular nationally and internationally. They're way more popular internationally, and kind of like understanding what a soap opera is very, it's like surprisingly complex because it goes from like shows like Cobra Kai that you wouldn't
Right.
traditionally think of as like a soap opera. And then there's
No.
like the 2:00 ABC shows like All My Children, General Hospital, with like the really shitty acting, the really like cheesy zoom-ins, you know, the
Dr. Hernando, you're not going to make it.
yeah, like
But I love you.
you're fucking my clone? How dare you? Shoots in Spanish. That's like the traditional. But like we're dissecting its cultural impact because apparently shows like Sherlock Holmes, the Sherlock show with Benedict Cumberbatch, Game of Thrones even, Downton Abbey, those are all considered soap operas.
So what is the definition of a soap opera then?
A soap opera pretty much has it's character driven melodramas.
Okay.
So not like a drama like you would see maybe in like I wouldn't consider Breaking Bad a soap opera. I would consider that a drama. Game of Thrones has soap opera-esque themes in it and a lot of soap opera-esque story beats with like the love and the murder and the betrayals, all that shit, you know, your stereotypical like classic tropes of soap opera. And then there's like Riverdale too, which is like a more modern version of a soap opera.
Now, is Zach in that or is Cody in that?
That's Cody.
That's Cody. Okay.
Dude, Zach, bro, he is... You brought up a completely different topic now. He's dating Barbara Palvin, an extremely hot supermodel. And I am so surprised. Yeah, did someone like drop dead? Like...
Yeah, so like the building that I'm currently in, the building that I'm in right now, there's no like dampeners on the doors, so they just close. Like, and they close hard. Like if you just let the door go, it'll slam.
Damn.
Yeah.
I remember that. I would do that a lot in my dorms, because like I just walk and my door will close and it'll go like really fucking hard.
Just so fucking loud.
But yeah, soap operas are just like, yeah, it's pretty much, you can feel the cheesiness in the show is what makes a soap opera. Okay, so like all those CW superhero shows would technically be soap operas. Yeah, those are modern versions of a soap opera. Cause like Twin Peaks is a soap opera. It's kind of a critique of soap operas, but still like in a soap opera.
Now, what does the term soap opera come from?
Ah, shit, I remember this.
Like, what does that mean?
Crap. I literally just read this in my fucking textbook, and now I forgot. But, like, apparently it had something to do with the time of day that it was appearing.
Okay.
And like they just kind of like named it from there. Because when they were played, or when they were originally played, all the commercials that came through it were soap commercials.
Why?
I don't know. People were fucking filthy, I guess, and they assumed the people that were watching soap operas were filthy. So,
have you enjoyed Telemundo del Lundo? Well, maybe you'll enjoy Getting Fucking Clean, you dirty little rat.
With Dove. Check out Dove right now. Before you see Fernando murder Esteban for fucking his wife for the 5th time, how would you check out this soap commercial?
How would you like to go in the fucking shower?
Yeah, that's so fucking funny. I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, it's really simple. I'm so surprised how simple it is. But soap operas, they're interesting. They're very interesting shows. And just like Cobra Kai, it's like the sun is hanging out with the father's rival and learning to be a karate master from the rival master. It's like,
and at the same time, he's got this surrogate son through the karate dojo who the other son is jealous of because he's getting the affection that he never got from his father, who abandoned him.
Oh my God. Randy, you are just influencing me more and more to use this show as a prime subject for my research project.
Let me get you. Here's even more, right? So the surrogate son, his name is what's his name? I think it's Miguel. It's something like that, right? And he started dating Danny's son's daughter, right? Mm-hmm. So there's that conflict. So his sensei is, Daniel's son's arch rival, and he's dating his sensei's arch rival's daughter, right? And then, now I don't want to spoil this for anybody who hasn't seen the show. Then they have a falling out where now it looks like she's going to be dating the sensei's actual son, and the reason they had a falling out was because she was hanging out with the son, Robbie, right? Mm-hmm. So, and then in the final championship, Robbie and Miguel fight for the championship.
This is insane.
And my boy Hawk is also there. Just being a fucking G. It's so fucking good. Oh.
Dude, you are just making me want to watch this show more and more.
Dude, I think it would be a fantastic show for this project that you're talking about.
Yeah, I just gotta watch a show and then talk about it in soap opera, as a soap opera, and it's just it just speaks to me. This show sounds amazing.
It's the show. This is the show for that.
Sounds amazing.
This is that show.
This is the Riverdale juice that I've been asking for. I've been wanting this so bad because I love Riverdale.
Sweet juice.
I need it. I fucking inject myself with that fucking cringe, dude.
Oh.
Because, like, that show sounds like a guilty pleasure. Like, for me.
So, which one are you talking? Are you talking about Riverdale or are you talking about Cobra
Riverdale
Kai?
Definitely is a guilty pleasure, but Cobra Kai sounding like my next guilty pleasure.
Right. So, yes and no, because whilst being this, very soap opera-y drama thing, I feel like it's got decent writing, though. Like, there's times where, like, okay, they're a little bit irrational here and there. Mm-hmm. And, like, why do so many people give a fuck about karate? but, like, in general, like, the characters aren't super unbelievable. There is some complexity and depth to the characters. They're not just like, oh, here's your protagonist and here's your antagonist. Now they're going to fight good versus evil. Who will win? Oh, it was good. Great job. Go home.
This sounds amazing.
It's a great show. I'm a fan. I gotta start watching season 2. That's just season 1.
Yeah, dude. I know. There's like multiple seasons. It's like on season 3.
Just season 1.
Damn, dude. Oh man. Oh. Honestly, if you do, it sounds like if you like this show, you should definitely watch if you haven't watched the first season of Riverdale. Me and a coworker are rewatching it right now. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait to see them on Saturday to just gush over the first season of Riverdale, because that show is an emotional roller coaster, which I am hearing Cobra Kai sounding very similar with the romance and shit. But this one just
imagine that, but there's also karate.
Yeah, there's karate in the 21st century. People giving a shit about karate like it's like the 1980s. I've seen bits and pieces of it, of some things from when it was on YouTube, and the costume design and the set pieces look like it came from their fucking 80s set.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm
Like sometimes they'll just splice in scenes from the original movie, but it still looks like a movie from the 80s, so it's like very clearly just like cut from that movie because it's all grainy and shit.
That's so dumb. Oh my god, this show is perfect already, dude.
Oh, it's so fucking good. So, I wanna ask you a question because I saw this question on the internet.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I thought to myself, this is a very good question.
Okay.
So, if mermaids were real,
All right.
right, and you were to eat a mermaid, would you get surf and turf from the same animal? Right? So you got the top half, which is presumably primate of some kind.
Yeah.
And then you got the bottom half that's fish, right? Now, would you just have a hard line where the red meat and the white meat meet? Or would you have like a slow, like, diffusion from like red to white meat? Right? So could you have a fish bite and a monkey bite in the same bite?
A monkey bite? Why is the human part a monkey bite?
Well, it's because it's not a human. It's a mermaid, right? Are we assuming that the top half of a mermaid is genetically identical to a human being? I don't know about that.
That's a good point.
Right.
So, here, we gotta dissect this question bit by bit.
Right.
So, mermaid. What is a mermaid? Now,
that's a good question.
There are many classical. There's the Little Mermaid, where kind of hot, I'm not gonna lie. She's one of my favorite Disney princesses. I asked her to marry me when I was at Disney. She rejected
she said
me.
No, like a bitch.
Fuck you. It doesn't matter. I got Jessie from
Fuck
Toy
you,
Story.
Ariel.
Fuck.
Oh, you just got a thing for redheads, huh?
Oh my! Don't even get me started on that one. One topic at a time, Randy, please.
Okay.
So, we got Ariel, right? And then there's like the Iliad version and the Odyssey version.
So like sirens.
Yeah, where they're like they want to murder men, which I mean it's kind of hot either way. I mean it's pretty.
Yep.
And they're more like fishy in their human, quote unquote human part of their body. They still have like more scales and shit. And then there's like there's Aquaman.
There's actual mermaids, which are manatees.
Are there what?
That's what people think sailors saw when they thought they saw mermaids. It was manatees. What? So they just saw a manatee and they're like, "Oh, that's a sexy lady right there." I know, that's like the thing.
Dude, manatees don't. Yo, people back then had bad taste in women. Oh my god. These things, they're like puppies. What sailors want to fuck a dog?
They're just like, I don't know. I think they're just like at sea and like half dead, and they just looked up and they saw a tail. They're like, I'd fuck that.
I'd fuck the shit out of that.
I'd fuck that.
Have you seen The Lighthouse?
Shit. The one with like Robert Pattinson and
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
I have not, but I've heard about it.
So one of the things, exactly what you're saying. There are multiple scenes where Robert Pattinson jerks off.
Okay.
And one of them is to a mermaid.
Like, did they show dick or?
I wish they showed dick. Oh my god, you know how awesome that would have been? Me in an empty theater watching Robert Pattinson jerk off when his full-on dick is out. That would have been amazing. But no, unfortunately that did not happen. My dream zone could not come true that day. And he's jerking off he's jerking off to a mermaid. And so,
what kind of mermaid though?
It kind of like is a combination of the Iliad kind of siren and like your Disney mermaid, where the mermaid definitely looked like humanly feminine in her upper half, but was clearly like a fish, her body for her bottom half. But she still had like gills on her neck. No, gills on her chest. Sorry, gills on her chest, like right under her boob and everything. And like she had like little scales on her. She had like her skin was glittery, but that was because it was all scaly.
Right.
So like she still like had like a fish skin kind of body. So.
Okay, so let's say that these are Lighthouse Mermaids, right?
Yeah.
So basically that, right? So that would make probably the most sense because, right, the only way that you would actually have red meat in a mermaid was if it started out like a whale, where it, evolved onto land and then back into the ocean.
Yeah.
Right? But if you have that happen, then you have an aquatic animal with lungs.
Mm-hmm.
And most depictions of mermaids don't have lungs. They just breathe water.
Yeah.
So that means that they're just fish. So they wouldn't have.
So
any
there's
red
no
meat
red.
on
There's
them.
no red meat. There's
no red meat.
There's nothing.
It would just be fish.
And I guess I'm gonna eat a mermaid. Then I'll fucking strangle the bitch and eat her. All right. If I'm hungry,
Just
I'll be fine
bring a
with it.
6-pack. Just bring like one of those little 6-pack plastic things. Out to the
choke
ocean.
her out with it.
Go choke out a mermaid. Get a tasty seafood dinner.
It sounds. You know what? Ever since I watched The Lighthouse, I wanted to eat out a mermaid, but now I just want to eat a mermaid.
Well, let's not just gloss over what you just said. That's
Let's trace back for a second, Pete. You need to clarify. Why did you want to eat out a mermaid? Well, let's just say The Lighthouse is very exploratory when it comes to mermaids and what they look like when you're fucking them.
Mm-hmm. Is there a scene of like Robert Pattinson fucking the back of a mermaid in his fantasy world?
See, that's the thing. The beauty of indie film is you don't know if what you're watching is a hallucination or the truth.
Because it's up to interpretation.
It's up to bullshit interpretation. So I'm fucking watching this, seeing him fuck a mermaid, and you just think, is he really fucking a mermaid? Or is he fucking like a fish that's dead on like you don't know what he's fucking.
A dead seal.
Yeah, or he's just imagining this.
Oh.
Because they go crazy over like the lighthouse. They like get stranded on this island together. Mm-hmm. Like they're supposed to work there, but then like a bad storm comes where they can't leave after their time was set for it. Right. It's like they're usually there for like a month, and then like a new crew comes over, and it just rotates over and over and over again. But they're on there for like 8+ weeks, 8 to 10 weeks. The story becomes like, so you don't even know how long they've been on the island for, because it's just so long that they start going crazy. Where like where Willem Dafoe is fucking hanging out in the lighthouse butt naked, like.
Oh fuck! I gotta watch this movie.
Dude, it's
Willem Dafoe
so
ass out
good,
there.
Dude. It is so good. His fucking Robert Pattinson looking up and like jizz-like substance comes on his face. And
no
like,
fucking way.
And like you're supposed to interpret it. You can either interpret it as Willem Dafoe fucking like launched a fucking nuclear missile into Robert Pattinson's eye, or like there's some mysterious creature in the lighthouse dripping ooze. Like you have no idea what the fuck you're watching. It is so great. And then
I think it's even funnier. Fucking Willem Dafoe is just beating the fuck out of his dick and just shoots a rocket onto Robert Pattinson's face.
The movie does have a lot of scenes where they get really, really, really sexual with each other. They're always like, they get really drunk at night and they start wrestling, and like.
But they're shirtless and they're just breathing heavy. They just look into each other's eyes a little bit too long.
Yes, that happens in the movie. It happens. It happens in the movie, and then they get fucking homophobic with each other and start beating the shit out of each other again. Like,
and it's just a vicious cycle of just they look into each other's eyes, they both feel something, and then they get ashamed and they start fighting again, and then they get even sweatier and breathe even heavier.
Willem Dafoe.
No, but what if? But no.
No, I can't do that. Not with me lobster. No, not with my lobster.
No.
And that's the best part of the scene is fucking Willem Dafoe going nuts over a lobster. That it is.
What about a lobster? What?
So they're sitting in their bed. They're both about to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And Willem Dafoe's like, "You like me lobster, right?" And Robert Pattinson's like, "Hey, it could be better." And like something like the wrath of God comes out of Willem Dafoe, and he's like, "You love me, lobster. You're a liar. Your family's gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Poseidon's gonna have your fucking head. You love me, lobster, or you're gonna pay for it." And Robert Pattinson's like, "Chill, bro. Chill. Your lobster's fine. Like, relax. Stop freaking out."
Hey, listen, dude. It's not fantastic lobster. It's lobster. It's still good, but maybe put a little butter on it.
What did you say about me, lobster? It is so Joe from work knows it. Knows that line God. Fucking well. That is a movie you gotta sit with some friends, maybe get drunk or high, and just let the ride take you. Because even sober, I had no idea what the fuck was going on in my movie theater.
So, speaking of indie movies and lobsters, I watched the indie movie The Lobster.
Ooh. How was it?
And it was a movie. It definitely had a beginning, a middle, and an end.
There was a camera being used to film it.
Yeah. So, it's just very strange. The guy who makes the movie, I guess he wanted a very specific kind of acting in it. So none of the characters talk like normal people do. They're all very, very stiff in their dialogue.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know anything about the movie, but basically what the movie is about is this alternate world where you are basically required to have a romantic partner. Mm-hmm. Right? And so if you don't have a partner or your partner leaves you or something, you have to go to this hotel, which is basically a singles retreat, and you have a certain amount of time to find somebody you're compatible with. But the stuff that they base it off of is something super arbitrary about you.
Yeah.
For example, the main character, he's nearsighted, so he's got to find a girl who's nearsighted because they have to have some arbitrary connection about something in order to be a proper match.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and if you don't find a partner, you get turned into an animal.
Oh yeah, I know the first bit you were talking about because I've watched a bunch of videos on this movie, and I remember it being you have to date somebody. That's the whole gist. It's a bunch of it's pretty much a battle royale for fucking, and I totally forgot they turn into animals. Does he turn into a lobster at the end of it?
No.
Is that why it's called a lobster?
So the reason it's called lobster is because he chose a lobster as his animal. So I guess if he failed, he was going to get turned into a lobster.
Mm-hmm.
And what basically happens, right? I'm just going to spoil the whole movie because nobody's going to fucking watch it. Is he realizes that he's running out of time. So he just picks this one lady whose her arbitrary trait is that she doesn't have any emotions.
Yeah.
Right? She's just a fucking psychopath. And he pretends to be a psychopath. And he's got his brother with him who's a dog, who got turned into a dog. Right? And then she thinks that he's full of shit because I guess he made a noise or something while they were fucking. And he's this guy might be feeling things and I don't know if I vibe with that. So she just kicks his brother to death. And he's got to go.
Fuck?
Yeah, he just wakes up and she goes, "I killed your brother," and he's got to pretend like it doesn't bother him, and then he goes into the bathroom and like he sees his dead brother who's a dog who got kicked to death, and he just starts crying because he's not emotionless, and she's like, you fucking liar, and then he escapes into the woods with all the other single people. And what's weird is the single people are like anti-relationship, like you can't do anything. Like if you like kiss another person, they sew your lips shut. If you fuck another person, they sew something else shut.
Oh my what the fuck?
Yeah. So, and then he falls in love with one of the people in that little tribe, and the members of the tribe find out about it, and they blind her. So the ending of the movie is them in a diner, right?
Yeah.
And he goes into the bathroom to blind himself so that they can have that arbitrary trait in common. Because she was nearsighted originally, and then she was no-sighted. So he's like, all right, fuck it, I'm going to be no-sighted. And it ends with her just like waiting at the thing to see if he comes back. So you don't know if he actually did it or not.
Damn.
Yeah. It's dork.
This movie sounds good. I've been meaning to watch it. I've been wanting to watch it for a while because I saw the director's other movie, The Favorite.
What? Oh, okay. Yep.
And
which one is his favorite?
That's so funny. There we go. First joke of the podcast, everybody. Yeah. Here. All right, everybody. That's it for the podcast this week. Thank you for joining. We just go
until somebody makes an actual joke.
But The Favorite was really good. I liked it because the Queen of England is a lesbian, and I find that really funny. And I've been meaning to watch The Lobster because of the whole like dryness, because he does that with a lot of his movies. He's just like,
yeah, it's just weird. I don't know if I like it or not.
Yeah, I don't like with The Favorite. Like I really liked the movie, but like I was over it after a while. Like it's unique at the beginning, and then it's just like, can I please have some emotion, please? Can I have something?
Like all the dialogue is just them just saying what's happening in a very like inorganic way. Like they'd be like at a diner, they'd be like, I like waffles. Waffles are my favorite. What is your favorite? And the other person goes, I like pancakes. Pancakes are my personal favorite. Or they don't eat, they just like, it's just very dry, and they just talk in a way that's super eerie and just like off-putting, so you can't really connect with any of the characters, which I think is the point. But I don't know, I don't like it. There's no cars that explode, there's no robots that turn into cars, there's no Transformers, there's no like superheroes. I kind of want superheroes. Like why didn't Captain America show up at one point? Like it doesn't make any sense. The movie coming out in the 2010s without Iron Man just doesn't make any logical sense to me. Why didn't he turn into Lobster Man and then fight crime? Why
are his eyes shut? Like, why doesn't he just open them? Fucking idiot.
Just open his fucking eyes. Why are they all talking weird? Are they under a weird spell? Did Mysterio do this?
Did Mysterio show up? Did someone make Far From Home a better movie?
Where's Spider-Man?
Yo, those fucking Marvel movies. What the fuck? Oh, sorry. Someone texted me about a Walmart part-time job. I was like, who the fuck would anyone want to work at Walmart? But the fucking I have such shitty opinions, according to everybody I know, about the Marvel movies. They're all pretty fucking bad. They're all bad movies.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that statement. But continue.
So like, but I love a lot of them too. Like, don't get me wrong. Like
okay.
The first phase, you know, the OG cast, and then the Avengers movie, everything up until the Avengers. They're all pretty crappy movies. They're all like not crappy. Yeah. Not crappy. Yeah. I shouldn't say crappy, but they're all just like they're okay. They're not like, amazing
like
movies.
if you go and rewatch Phase 1, the only good movies are the Iron Man movies.
And
right?
even then, Iron Man 2 is terrible.
Yeah. Yep. Thor 1 is dog shit. Captain America 1 is a boring ass war movie. They're just boring.
I love the first Captain America movie so fucking much.
You're a fucking dork. You're a nerd.
You're a Boy Scout. Go fuck yourself. Fuck
Next
you.
episode, Ronald's gonna be my co-host.
I'm over you already, Peter. Give me back your fucking rose.
Get the fuck out of here.
No.
He liked Captain America, the first Avenger.
Let me guess, do you fucking hate Winter Soldier, Peter? Yes, I do. I actually do. I hate that movie the most. It pisses
I bet
me
you
off.
didn't like Ragnarok, you fucking bitch.
Okay, I have many opinions about Ragnarok. One of them, it isn't terrible. I didn't hate it. Didn't think it was terrible. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Saw it again, and I was like, man, the hype isn't there. It's just an okay Marvel movie. It's just whatever. Like nothing special. Like it's funny. It makes Thor more likable. That's it. That's all I got out of that one. And then like people like don't like Guardians 2, and I'm like, this movie is a fucking masterpiece. It is a masterpiece.
Why Guardians 2 is a masterpiece?
Guardians 1 is a masterpiece too. I think the Guardians movies are the best out of all of them. But like Guardians 2, the only reason why I cite that one is because everyone didn't like it. A lot of people don't like that movie. They think it's like a crappier version of Guardians 1, which I could see because they focus more on Peter than they do the entire cast.
Right.
But like, even still, there's like a really good story between Peter, his real dad, and then
Yondu.
Yeah, Yondu. Like, I really like that relationship, complex shit. And then the same thing with Yondu and Rocket. And then just, there are so many scenes in that fucking movie that are just so fucking gorgeous that like I will fucking hug every animator in that movie. Because every other Marvel movie looks so boring. Like, everyone loves fucking Civil War, loves Winter Soldier, loves loves these fucking boring looking movies. They look so bland. When you think of a comic book, do you think of fucking black and white, or do you think of color? You think of...
Well, here's the difference between Guardians and the rest of the MCU is that Guardians was meant to be like a cosmic thing, whereas anything that happened on Earth, they kind of went for a more grounded feeling, right? But with Guardians, they just kind of threw that away. They're like, all right, one of our main characters is a talking raccoon. What are we doing right now? Just make it absurd, make it like ridiculous, and then we'll go from there. But like with the other Marvel movies, they're working with the idea that, okay, we want to make this stuff look like it's possible, right? We want to make this as realistic, quote unquote, as we can.
Objection!
Like,
Objection! Fuck that notion, because Avengers looks really fucking good, and it was set on Earth. It's the fucking Russo brothers. I fucking hate those guys. Fuck the Russo brothers. I genuinely do not think they're good directors. I think they ruined the movie. They're good. No, here's what. They're good directors in terms of they're good with actors. I genuinely feel like, except for Civil War, I will hate everything about Civil War, except for Black Panther and Spider-Man. Best parts of the movie. Only good parts of the movie. But like Infinity War, Endgame, Winter Soldier. You didn't
like Infinity War or Endgame?
No. I think they have really good character drama, character relationships, a character-driven story. All of it, that's really fucking good, and I congratulate them for doing that with such a big cast in those two fucking, especially Infinity War and Endgame, where it's like so much fucking talent, so much shit. Like, yeah, right? They're like so fucking good with what they're doing with the actors. But they can't direct action. They can't direct interesting action, I should say. Because there's interesting action, and I cite Jackie Chan. Look at literally anything Jackie Chan does besides American movies, and there's just so much impact in every fight scene, whereas like Endgame and Infinity War is just like fucking vomiting.
Ooh,
it is just
punchy boys.
Vomiting shit to my face, where I'm like, what? Like, as hype as the battle in Endgame was, like, don't get me wrong, day one I was like, yeah, Captain America, he grabbed the fucking Mjolnir, holy shit, oh, look at him, they're all showing up.
Wow.
Yeah, where like some guy next to me was like, hey man, could you like just relax just a little bit, like I know you're excited.
Hey dude, you're
like,
being a big fucking nerd right
you're
now.
being a giant fucking nerd right now, like could you relax? And then like I saw it the next day because I didn't have classes. I saw it again, and I was watching it and I'm like, what is going on? Like where is everybody?
What am I actually watching?
Yeah, like where is everybody in proportion to one another? Like sure, there are like really cool specific parts, like with Wanda saying, "I will," like Wanda and Thanos fighting that one little scene, which I thought was really cool. Like Wanda throwing fucking rocks at him, and he's doing like this really cool dancing wield thing. But like that's the only good cinematography in that whole fucking movie. Not cinematography, sorry, choreography. Cinematography is not that bad. Just, I wish the cinematography had more color. Like, the only colorful scene, for me at least, was the scene where Black Widow dies, that planet with the red skull.
Yep.
Like, it looks so pretty and beautiful, like the dark, the blacks and the grays and the nice, like...
And the oranges.
The nice orange that comes out of it. Like, I want more of that. Give me color, please. Like, everything else is just gray. Like, the final fight looks really cool, but, like, there's no... You can't really distinguish, like... You could distinguish them, sure. Like, yes, obviously you can distinguish Captain America from Thor. But, like, in terms of the color, like, their outfits aren't memorable. Like, what they look like isn't memorable.
You also bring up a good point of, like, where everything is. Because, like, I never really thought about it. But, like, the whole scene where they're trying to get the gauntlet to the car, at no point in time do you know how far away the car is, how much further they gotta go. They just kind of keep going until they're there.
Yeah. Like, it just happens, right? It's not
like at some point they fly over there like twice and they're still not there. Yeah. How far away did you park this van?
How far away is the van and how far away are you? Like when you're all like the battle didn't like look. It didn't look like there was like fucking 2 football fields fucking in between you and the fucking gauntlet and you and the teleporter
the
thing.
van.
Like, just get it, yeah. Just fucking get
How
it there.
far away is this fucking thing?
Yeah, and like that's why people think my takes are shitty. Is because like I say this to my brother.
You nitpick very, very specific things.
I hate saying it, but like some people genuinely do turn off their brains when they're watching a movie. They're not thinking.
Right.
So like I saw 5 Feet Apart, which is a movie about two kids that like fall in love, but they can't touch each other or be near each other because if they do and they breathe in their whatever, if they breathe in each other's like breath or something, they could die. And like I'm watching this, and my mom comes downstairs and she starts watching it, and she's like, "Oh my god, this movie's so beautiful. It's so sad and depressing," and I'm fucking laughing my ass off. And she's like, "What are you laughing for? This is so sad." I'm like, "This movie sucks, Mom." Like sure, I
Gosh,
think, like,
Mom, you don't understand cinematography.
Like, no, and I was like, she's like, "You're not upset that like they can't be together? They can't fall in love. They can't have kids. They can't get married." I'm like, "No, because it doesn't logically make sense how they got here." Like,
Kubrick is rolling over in his fucking grave, Mom.
Alfred Hitchcock is fucking crying right now. And this dude made a movie with like $100 budget, and it's the most famous movie ever. Fuck you. And like I just said to her, "Mom, you just turn off your brain when you're watching a movie. There's nothing wrong with that. I turn off my brain when I watch.
She hit you.
And then she beat the shit out of me.
Then
threw me outside.
Beat your fucking ass.
And now I just feed myself. I'm actually not at home right now. I'm at someone else's computer because she still.
I live in the
me.
woods.
I live in the woods. That's why you don't see my camera. That's why it's not working. But
because you're just sitting out by a fire with a can of beans, just fighting off some fucking coyotes.
Like, please, God, I'm sorry, Mother. Please let me in. Let me in. No.
Please let me back. No, you made fun of
my brain,
my critical thinking skills.
And
you said that I don't think when I watch movies, but I think says all the times is.
And I think a lot of people don't fucking use their brain when they're watching Marvel movies. Because, like, my least favorite movie out of all the Marvel movies is Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Doctor Strange is Iron Man with magical powers.
Yep.
And I don't mean just the character. The story is identical. Take the basic roots of both stories, and they're the exact same thing. Millionaire, billionaire person has a giant ego and treats everyone like shit. Has an accident where they can't do the thing they love without that thing being there. Tony and his heart, which, I mean, anyone can't do anything without their heart. Not he has a heart. It's just if the bullet shells are so close to his heart, he's gonna fucking die. Whatever the case is. And then Strange and his hands, they're fucking ripped to shreds. You can't use them properly because it's too fucked up. So he can't.
He got stanky hands.
Yeah, he got gross little gremlin hands now. He looks like salad fingers, dude. It's fucking nasty. and like they go through this spiritual journey with some person with a different perspective to where they realize that they used to be assholes and now they must do things for the good of people. And they fight some bad guy that is identical to them, but evil.
I don't know. I think that if you broaden stuff out far enough, any movie is exactly the same. But like, so the difference between Iron Man and Doctor Strange is like, so Iron Man, his journey is kind of self-inflicted, right? In every part of it. So the reason that he is suffering is because of his own, arrogance, and he decides to change very early on, and that's what sets him on the track that he goes on. Doctor Strange, his arrogance is more kind of to blame for his accident, but not entirely. But his journey starts with him just going out because he wants something back. He doesn't want to change. He just wants to go back to the way he was. The difference is that he has to learn to change, whereas Tony has already decided to change, and now he's enacting that change.
I see what you're saying.
Right? Like, it's kind of the same story, except Doctor Strange takes, I'd say, 80% of the movie to do what Iron Man does in the first act.
That's fair. It's a longer first act of Iron Man.
But with magic in cool kaleidoscopes.
I will say, the Dormammu thing was pretty fucking funny. Was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's memeable, and I like it. And it also looks really fucking pretty. All this CGI in that movie was amazing. The special effects and all that shit. I like.
See, for somebody who's a big fucking slut for visual storytelling, you'd think that you'd be all over that movie. No,
because the story sucks. Much as I hear you say the things you said and I agree with what you said, I rewatched Iron Man and then watched Doctor Strange, and it just felt like the same movie. Maybe that is because I had that mindset going in when I was watching both of them, but like, and also I just fucking hate that I also hate in Marvel movies where they have the love interest that shows up and she's literally there for no other reason.
Pointless.
Especially Rachel
Doctor
McAdams.
Strange's love interest doesn't matter.
Like, Rachel McAdams is such a good actress, and they do nothing with her. They just make her, oh, Doctor Strange, senpai, where are you? Feel better, senpai. Like, shut the fuck up. Have more character dimensions than just, I want to fuck a dude who can't use his hands. Like,
Literally,
please.
Like, her whole character was just, oh no, you gotta stop being an asshole. And he's like, no, fuck you. And he goes and be's an asshole some more.
And she's like, okay, Baka. Like, and kicks the dirt, waits for him to be nice again. It's like, fuck you, writers. You come on, make a good fucking female character.
I honestly forgot that there was a love interest in that movie.
No one remembers there's a love interest.
I forgot there was a love interest in that movie. I'm like, he doesn't fall in love with the old old wise one.
Lady. She doesn't fall in love with the fucking alien.
They don't have a love story. What are you talking about? No, there's like another person who's also there who doesn't fucking matter.
Woman. There's another woman, and she exists. Like, they do it a little better in Black Panther, but it's a little ruined towards the end where they make all the women in the movie just like, oh, we can't fight without your help, Black Panther. It's like, come on, these women are such powerful people and you can't do shit with them. Like, fuck, like even fucking, bro. There's so many like little things with these Marvel movies that add up, and like it pisses me off. Like, Black Panther was so cool in Civil War, and he has a much more interesting arc in Civil War than any other character in that movie. Like,
right,
having this, being like so, like it's a basic character arc, bent on revenge to find out that his revenge is false. Like, he shouldn't have this sense of revenge because he's being lied to. Right. And he kind of, and like you see that with him not killing Zemo at the end of the movie. He's like, even though I hate your fucking guts, I'm not going to kill you. All this idea of revenge and keeping with your past or not keeping with your past, but like moving forward and not being so hell-bent, not being so kept back by your past, by past actions and all this shit. He has this nice small character arc that I enjoy, where I'm like, dude, he's a realized character. They might have more to it in the next movie with a different character arc based on how his nation is, and they do have that in Black Panther, but like, he kind of loses that first arc he has in Civil War, where he doesn't give up. He can't let go of the past actions of people, of his father specifically. Right. And like, he's so distraught by that it ruins him, similar to how it could have in Civil War. And I was like, ah, man, like I wish I didn't do that with him, because everyone else in the movie was actually pretty fun to watch. I just wish they did a lot more with the titular character, which they didn't.
So another thing that pops up a lot in Marvel movies, and a friend of mine actually brought this up to me, was the idea of just the color swap villain, right? And I think probably the most egregious would be Black Panther. Black Panther's a great movie, but like, the idea of a color swap villain is that the villain is literally just the hero except with a different color palette.
Yeah, that's happens a lot with,
right? Like,
it's not on.
Iron Man 1, that happens. The first Hulk movie, that happens. Even like Captain America, to some extent, that's a thing.
No, you're 100% with it. Like, Red Skull is literally Captain America, but like, the Doctor says it. The Doctor in the movie says it. He's like, Red Skull, my first test subject was essentially you, but he had evil in his heart. And that's why
he's you but evil.
Yeah, he's you but evil. Like, every single Marvel movie, for the most part, at least their origin stories, all have like these exact same villains. Like, even to a small extent, like Doctor Strange, like the villain in that one, is
just another dude with magic.
Yeah, it's nothing special. And then they tease a similar thing with a dude with magic, but now he no longer wants to. He wants to kill people. That's his thing. It's like, come on, like, give me, like, there is my favorite Marvel villain is from the Netflix shows. Mm-hmm. The Purple Man.
What
David Tennant's character. That's Jessica Jones's villain.
Okay. Yeah.
Where he can just say whatever he pretty much has like mind control, where it's like he says like, I want you to like kill this person, and the person he says that to can't help but do that thing. Yep. And they're mind controlled and they can't get out of it until he like stops, until like they get like a bad head trauma, or like he directly tells them to stop. And I thought, and it was such a fun villain because like he kind of like gives Jessica Jones this like PTSD thing, because he mind controlled her entire life before she became Jessica Jones. And like pretty much it's implied that like he raped her, he abused her, he made her do things because she had superhuman strength. He used her to like beat the shit out of people and make a lot of money, and like eventually she was saved from it by her friend, and like she's conflicted on if she can really kill this person who ruined her life. And I was like, yo, this is so interesting. Like, why the fuck why can't there be a good villain like that? Why can't there be a villain that like fucks with the main character more than just you're me, but I'm you, but evil? Like,
but I'm evil, you.
Yeah, it's like Zemo from Civil War. I keep saying I hate that movie, and I do, even though I'm giving it a lot of compliments.
Yeah. But
like Zemo is a really fun villain, because he isn't like I'm evil for evil's sake. It's I'm evil. I'm not,
because I have this one very specific thing that I'm pissed off about.
And not even just evil. It's more like I hate you guys. I hate you guys because you technically murdered my family in Age of Ultron. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for Tony Stark and his robot, no one would have come to my hometown, and my city wouldn't have been flattened. Also 30 minutes. Yeah. And my city wouldn't have been flattened, and I wouldn't have lost my family and never see them again. It's like, it's just, and he completely ruins the Avengers compared to any other villain who can't. A fucking robot with super tech powers couldn't even do it. It's a dude who had
super duper robot.
Yeah, it's Big Robot Man who happened to sing Little Drummer Boy a lot, too many fucking times. And this guy is like, I had Navy SEAL training and that's it. And I beat the Avengers. Easy. I was like, that's so
easy peasy,
badass.
Motherfuckers.
I'm like, that is so badass. Like, how is nobody talking about this villain more? And I'm so glad that he's being the main villain in the Falcon and Winter Soldier spinoff show. Because I think they can do a lot with him if they play their cards right with him. Because it is a very hard character to do like that. Where like building an emotional thing, even though the emotion behind his actions don't really land as much when like on repeat viewing. Like you don't really care about what the Avengers do, because for the most part you're kind of on Cap's side, where if you need to be there, you'll do anything to stop as many lives as possible, stop people from dying as possible, which was the whole point. But like whatever. I like the Marvel. I say they're bad, but I like them. I do like them because they're fun to talk about, because they're so important in the grand scheme of movies.
They're like a cultural touchstone at this point. They're like the first time anybody's done anything like this on movie.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like not excited for the next 10 years of Marvel shit, because like I feel like it's done.
Right.
Like, I'm really glad Black Widow hasn't come out yet, because, like, I do not care anymore.
You don't care.
Like, there's nothing keeping me with the Marvel Universe anymore, because like, they have so much shit they want to do, and it's like, it's a little overwhelming, guys. We just finished Endgame. Mm-hmm. Why are we yelling in the background? My God.
Is everything okay?
I don't know. I think I'm about to be hit.
Okay.
But
although we should probably wrap it up then if you're about to get your ass beat with a sandal.
Well, let me just end it with, I like the Marvel movies, but they are very flawed. They're all very flawed, and I think the sheep should wake up and realize they're not masterpieces.
Come on, sheeple.
Wake up, sheeple. I'm fucking call JJ right now. Wake up, sheep.
Sheep. Hey, sheep, wake up.
So yeah. Any last thoughts on anything, Randy?
No, but do you want to do plugs before we sign off here?
So I guess just follow me on Twitter. I am _Pietro, Pietro. You'll see it. I'll highlight it underneath my name I'll just write it underneath my name at the end of throughout the entire podcast, but I'll just say it out loud. So yeah, follow that, and I just retweet. That's it.
Oh. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm a comedian, so there's going to be postings for shows and events and stuff. I'm part of a club, so it's CC Stand Up on Instagram and CC_stand on Twitter. Yeah. Dope. Check us both out on the Sinister Sheep podcast. It's kind of like this, but with just a lot more people.
A little more of a clusterfuck.
So many, more of a clusterfuck.
But an enjoyable one.
Yeah, if you enjoy like an Xbox Live gaming chat, you'll really enjoy the Sinister Sheep podcast. And other than that, I love you all and have a beautiful rest of your week.